If you're learning a language and you feel like you've plateaued or vocabulary is a weak point and you want to work on that, here's a great tip to work on your vocabulary that I only found out after learning Japanese for like 3 years. Make sure you stick to the end to find out how it works. Essentially, this method is going to eliminate problems when you just study random flashcards, because essentially what you're doing is you're taking words from content that you literally watch and consume in your target language and turning them into your own flashcards or pieces of vocabulary that you are able to digest and then practice day in and day out. Not only does this curate a vocabulary and just a general knowledge of the language that is relevant to you and your interest, it's also going to allow you to remember it and continue to remember it going on. Technique is called sentence mining, and there's many ways you can do it. You can do it through reading, through immersion, through watching videos, etc. And the techniques vary. The best way and easiest to do it, I would say, is by using something like Migaku. So it gives you interactive subtitles. You click on a subtitle on a word and it turns it into a flashcard. Now, essentially, all you do is you watch the stuff that you always watch in your target language, whether it's YouTube, whether it's a show. When you see a word that comes up and you don't know it, you click on it, turn it into a flashcard. It's literally as simple as that. You do that day in and day out. If you use something like Anki, it's going to be a lot more effective because it will use SRS. You can also use Yomitan, which will allow you to pick words from reading. So when you're reading, you can sentence mine what you're reading, pick a word out of a sentence, you make it into a flashcard, you get the audio, example sentences, everything. And if you pick out like 10, 20 words per day, you're going to learn like hundreds of words in a month, probably maybe even more depending on how much you do. And it's actually going to stick into your head. It's going to be relevant stuff. And it's just such a good way to really curate a relevant, accurate, and effective vocabulary. There's also some really good tutorials on YouTube. So if you just look up sentence mining, a lot of the tutorials are for Japanese, but you can apply all of it to like literally any language. So give it a try and let me know how it goes.